Hello, I am the Ronin Pawn, and this is NationStates. Welcome back to it, ladies. It's been a minute since we did some NationStates, isn't it? Let me catch you up to speed. We're in the rogue nation of PawnTucky. It's a corrupt dictatorship. I run it. Welcome. Reform is insufficient, revolution is necessary. We are a large, environmentally stunning nation, remarkable for our state-planned economy, compulsory military service, and our ban on automobiles. Grab your bicycles and get ready for your ass to get raw. This is too accurate. The compassionate, cynical population of 454 million PawnTuckians, including their ruler, are ruled with an iron fist by me, and I ensure that no outside party gets too rich. I am compassionate, but cynical. I expect the worst from you, and I'm just trying to take care of you, because if I let you choose what you're gonna do, I'm cynical. I'm just cynical. Oh, and apparently we're a shoe shiner in terms of our regional influence. Lovely. Let's jump straight into some issues. Take two. Violent violetists demand blood. What are you even talking about there? Violinist? Violetist? Members of a new weird religious cult called the Order of Violet asked for the government to appease their mighty god by offering her a sacrifice of the human variety. Feeling to my cynicism or my compassion, because it could go either way. What have we got to lose, says religious freedoms advocate Aphrodite Hernandez. Just cut up a few homeless folk. It appeases this group's bloodthirsty goddess, gets rid of unsightly bums that drain welfare, and everybody goes home happy. I've been homeless, okay? I lived out of a shelter in Joplin, Missouri. I slept under a bridge. I just, for the sake of it, just because I wanted to see what it was like. It's not fun. It's not fun. You're constantly listening to see if somebody's coming around the corner to do something to you when you have nothing, and it's like, why? I have nothing. What would they want from me? Well, you know, if your butt's raw from riding bicycles around PawnTucky, that's what I'm getting at there. We must go much further than a few beggars, argues the overzealous high member of the Order of Violet, Ebenezer Parker. You must pass a law that everyone's firstborn child must be slaughtered on live TV if possible. Think of the viewing figures. Now, actually, there is a lot of money to be made in that. I mean, and I'm pretty sure the media would be okay with it. They put, racist bigot on television over and over and over again until he got so popular he became the president of the United States of America. So I'm pretty sure that they don't have any, their qualms about doing and then going to sleep, laying their heads on a pillow at night and thinking nothing's wrong. You bastards! You aren't going to listen to those whack job violetists, are you? Comments Wagner while leading a prayer group. Human sacrifices. Surely we're too civilized to permit such barbaric practices. These lunatic fringe groups should be allowed, and their leaders should be not allowed, outlawed, and their leaders should be executed. Preferably on TV, if at all possible. I think Trump would like that. Would he like it? Who's being a lunatic, retorts Rajiv Croft of the PawnTucky Humanitarian Society. I agree that these practices ought to be outlawed, but instead of sinking to the same level of these fanatics and killing our fellow people, why not simply start a re-education program? Even the worst person can be rehabilitated into a useful member of society. With enough time, care, and lots of funding, give us that money and we can... it sounds like you're talking about brainwashing. We'll reprogram the violetists to play violin, because it was very close. It was confusing to me in the first place. Let's do that. Wait a second, I don't have to choose any of these options. They're all stupid. Dismiss this issue. Get the hell out of my office. My name is Ronin Pawn. I don't have time for you people, all right? We're not gonna do anything about that. They didn't do it themselves, right? They were asking us to do it. I don't have to prosecute anyone. Where there's smoke, PawnTucky is on fire. PawnTucky's fire protection department has long been criticized for being slow, inefficient, and underfunded. A number of ideas have been proposed on how to deal with the problem. Well, we have modeled our state government after the city of Detroit, so I think we're pretty much, that's where we stand. Actually, let me take that back. The fire department around here does their job, and there's a lot for them to do, because people like to burn down houses. A lot. There's been 2 house fires just on my street since I moved in. I'm not even kidding. And I actually think the people who are doing it, if I had to guess, I think it's a nice mixture of people who are doing it because, oops, I was just trying to get high. And I think there's a mixture of people in there who are doing it intentionally because they're trying to combat the blight of the city. There are all these homes that just need to be torn down and there's no money to tear them down. So if we burn them down, that costs money too. The fire department still has to come out and stuff, guys. And also, I've seen what urban city streets look like after they knock the houses down. You look back at these old pictures on Google Images and you see a street that had a whole bunch of abandoned homes on it, and you look at it and go, well, it's a street. And then you see one that's got just a bunch of empty lots that are overgrown, and you go, I think it was better before. Of course, a lot of bad things go on in abandoned houses, so I understand both sides of the issue, and that's why I take no position, and I'm not gonna do anything to stop people burning stuff down in Detroit. In fact, I might throw in a hand. See here, buddy, says Ashley Whedon, putting a friendly arm around your shoulder. Get your arm off of me. Your country needs fire protection, but you don't want to pay for it yourself, right? Right, buddy? Right? What do you say, me and some of the boys here open up a few fire stations of our own and let the citizens pay us instead of you paying them? This is a mafia outfit? I was just talking about you guys. Burning it down for the sake of... Is there a profit to be made? Hang on, guys. I gotta go burn some houses down. It's not like we won't put out the fires if they don't have anything on them. We'll just build them and their children and their children's children until we get all our money. What the hell is going on in PawnTucky? God, I leave for like, I don't know, maybe 2 months or something. I did leave it, didn't I? You guys have clearly lost your head. This is why I'm so cynical about the whole affair, because if I leave it to you, this. Whoa, 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 says liberal activist Emil Dimitrov. I don't want my rescuers to be putting less effort into their jobs because I don't have a credit card or live in a slum. Do you know when you're worse financially? When your house just burnt down. This is a victimization of the poor. The government should be in charge of the emergency services and they should treat everyone equally. It's only fair. You sound like a reasonable human being. Where have you been all my life? Not only that, but we need to prevent fires from happening in the first place, says Kitty Lazenby, your Minister of Safety, carefully turning off the wall sockets in your office. I got my cell phone plugged in. And if that means sending free smoke alarms, fire extinguishers, and informative pamphlets to every household in PawnTucky, so be it. Damn the expenses, leader. Lives are at stake. I'm not against that. You know, hand out some smoke alarm. Fire extinguishers? Really? Like little pocket ones or something? Like handheld? The full ones? That's a lot of money. A lot of beers. I think that sounds kinda socialist, says Reginald Santiago with a disgusted grimace. This government should keep out of this, if you ask me. The only reason fires happen is because people are stupid, and they know a fire engine will come racing down the street to save them. Take away that safety blanket, and I think you'll find they wise up quite quickly. We don't need any tax-consuming fire service. If idiots and their families go up in flames, they'll have no one to blame but themselves. That was Reginald Santiago speaking, leader of the Darwin Report. No, we're gonna spend some of the money that we don't have on making sure that people don't burn themselves down. Most citizens in PawnTucky are abject pyrophobes after extremely graphic pamphlets were mailed nationwide by the government. Good. We've messed with their brains. Teen builds working deep space exploration rocket. A teen state schools shine in latest rankings. Oh my God, you guys are so smart. Tourism industry braces for influx and city planners consider 14-sided roundabout. Well, I guess every circle is just an infinitely sided square. And everything got better except for the trout fishing industry. I don't know how fire is a part of that. Crime has gone down. Charmlessness has gone down. That was a great decision. Even the average income. Look, it's beers. More beers for all. What were you guys doing without me? Clearly this place is in a state of disarray and I am pulling it back. Our children are the smartest in the world. A is for academic doping. Okay, well they may be smart for reasons we hadn't figured on. The problem of academic doping has reared its head after a group of students were caught taking smart drugs ahead of high school exam season. An alliance of concerned educators, anti-drug crusaders, and C-grade students have demanded an end to this practice to make sure that PawnTucky's youth don't become a generation of cheaters. Yes, the C-grade students would be rather concerned if we are grading on a curve. These students are doping themselves up to the gills in the hope it'll improve their academic performance, explained the Student Union Vice President for Welfare, Seiko Zimmer, while hurriedly trying to finish an assignment. However noble their intentions, the reality is that they're abusing drugs. We need the government to fund an education and outreach program, warning of the dangers and offering counseling and therapy. Outreach and therapy will solve this problem more than blunt law enforcement ever will. I don't know about that, Seiko Zimmer. Because, I mean, the problem here is that they're already overeducated. You know, they got the smart drugs going through them. If we provide them with more education, we're just feeding the beast. Education and outreach? How about I demonstrate some outreach with my truncheon? Is that a truncheon? Screams the head of narcotics control Athena Fernandez, accidentally knocking over a plant pot while demonstrating. I don't care what they're studying, these kids are junkies and derelicts, and we need to clamp down on them. Athena, what do you do in the bedroom? We need strong enforcement, including random drug testing, strip searches, and sniffer dogs in exam halls. Just give us the go and the money. Yes, I think I know what you do in the bedroom. Few and far between are the people who so casually drop the word sniffer. Please show a little compassion, C-O-M-P-A-S-S-I-O, and compassion. Please, National Spelling Champion Millhouse Martinez. Well, frantically chewing his nails and twitching uncontrollably. I have to concentrate if I'm going to get into a top university, and if a little pill can help me, then why shouldn't it be my choice? Some students guzzle coffee or chain smoke cigarettes, and those are much worse for their health. Cracking down on academic doping would only be punishing for those who want to perform well. That would be counterproductive. C-O-U-N-T. Why have exams at all? Everyone knows that they're a waste of everybody's time, admits visibly stressed out teacher Edna Crandall, who is on her 10th cigarette of the day. In fact, do we really need a proper curriculum to follow? Schools and teachers should be able to teach whatever they think is relevant. This can be learning a new language or the intricacies of soap opera love triangles. The schools would save some cash and it would make my job much easier too. So we let the teens drug themselves and they continue making rockets to space out of, paper towel rolls. Or we crack down, we bust them, we do something to them with a truncheon, whatever that is. Or we hand them pamphlets, which is just feeding the beast because it's more education to people who are already, I mean, what are the downsides to this drug? Because they told me a lot about marijuana that's not true. Another concern here is that if the general populace gets too smart, they'll probably not allow me to oppress them anymore. You gotta keep people stupid at a certain level. Ask Trump, he knows all about this. After careful consideration, I'm actually back to the one that I dismissed out of hand. Why have exams at all? Exams are a horrible measurement of learning and establish the idea of memorization as the goal of learning, because that's all tests are usually able to test. She wants to teach, soap opera love triangles in schools, which is a downside, but better, I'm looking at the positive side. No exams, actually educate people. Do that. I think it'll be good for PawnTucky in general. It doesn't even want me to click that, but I clicked it and it's like, yeah. It's like, are you sure about that? Apparently I am. The nation's school children are fluent in Klingon, but lack basic mathematical skills. We've done it! It's the nation of PawnTucky that I always dreamed of. National parks proving popular. Plague of locusts discovered to be just fog. Accountants in demand as taxation code grows more complex. Images not loading. And what the hell's wrong with my interwebs? I think probably one of the teens was my tech support agent, and now everything's fallen to hell. Hey, look, everybody, the Edutelligence test score, it's down by 4.1. We don't have test scores anymore in public education, so of course it went down because we're not doing it. Also, less beers for everyone. Woo. A capital city for PawnTucky. Indeed. Oh my god, what the hell is going on with my interwebs? My interwebs is all of a sudden nothing. It's just barely, I'm watching my network feed, it's horrible right now. A capital city for PawnTucky. As PawnTucky continues to grow, so too does the lack of internet. Is Comcast trying to negotiate with Netflix again? And so they decided to, cramp everybody's internet connection down as a leverage, because they did that. That actually happened. Yeah. You'd like to believe that there were agencies in the government, for example, the Federal Communications Commission, that would oversee that and then punish them for it. But no. But no. As PawnTucky continues to grow, so too do its government. The number of politicians needed to administrate and legislate the country is rapidly surpassing the House of Parliament's capacity, with ministers often requiring periscopes to see the House Speaker. Some are suggesting a new building be built in another city, a city which would then be designated as the capital city of PawnTucky. When did we get legislators? I'm the dictator over here. I left for like 2 months. You guys didn't know what to do. I would like to make a humble recommendation for my own proud jurisdiction, says Lauren Rose, mayor of one of PawnTucky's major cities. It would be an honor for our city to be host to the seat of power. It will seal the deal. You can change the name if you like. Oh, can I? What would I name it? Yeah, capital city indeed, shouts Rodrigo Revolution, a fervent anarchist, spilling leaflets all over the floor. What's wrong with being free as the wind, free as a bird? Then this bird you cannot change. Do you really think one city could possibly represent a whole country? It's people. I've had enough of the man trying to screw us down all the time. Say no to a national capital today. He's good. He's a good speaker. I like him. I can accept and even approve of having a capital city, says Aaron Foster, a military strategist, but we'd be putting all our eggs in one basket if we choose somewhere too vulnerable. Believe me, capitals always get the brunt of the enemy attack because of their political and economic importance. We should put aside a few billion beers and build our capital city underground. They'll never bomb us there. Yeah, okay, everybody grab a shovel. We're going subterranean, and I will be king of the mole man again. I've got an idea, says theme park tycoon Lindsay 2. My company will happily sponsor the new establishment and cover all costs, as long as it's made to our specifications. We've already got plans drawn up to put a roller coaster straight through the House of Commons, a cafe, some kiosks for ice cream, maybe even a water slide or two in the lobby. It'll be one part legislative seat of government, one part family fun theme park. Tourists will flock from around the globe. Oh, you won my heart already. Why even read the fifth? What's wrong with the old building, says Daria McCartney, a noted disestablishmentarian. I want theme park. I want theme park. Give me theme park. You know, when you can get around to NationStates.net. Mr. Happy Funland has been named PawnTucky's new capital. Capital city named. PawnTuckyan parents concerned about youth employment, popular sitcoms, and tourism industry braces for influx. Indeed, who does not want to see the capital of a government when you can also, slip and slide your way into the Senate? Queuing citizens praise departmental fairness, and there's a lot of red down here all of a sudden. What did I do? All right, let's pull the power on the router. There we go. I just hope I don't have to, fake my IP address again. Not for any reason in particular. Oh, but all of the red is like good stuff. Employment, employment's not a good one. Taxation is down. Well, no, I need my money. But okay, obesity, averaging and economic output. I was looking at over here, government size, charmlessness is down, ideological radicality, corruption, authoritarianism. I'm 8.3% less Stalin-like than I was just a moment ago. I guess Stalin probably wasn't a fan of slip and slides. Are we back online yet? Online yet? Online? Okay, not quite. Hey, there we go. An international incident. Insurgents resurgence. Oh God, does this have to do with Brazilistan? With Brazilistan's military weakened, you sent in some commandos to assassinate the leaders of the armed forces. Did we do that? I deny. Who's asking? Your elite commando units have managed to take out the command structure of the Brazilistan military, but its remnants are continuing to attack your troops present in the country. With public opinion beginning to turn, your advisors once again gather to discuss the situation. We've gone this far, why not take it a step further, your Minister for Domestic Affairs says quietly. Send in the rest of our armed forces to mop up, and then when they're done, encourage our own citizens to move there on a permanent basis. I'm talking colonization here, yes, so it will be a long, drawn-out process, but we've invested so much already, it would be folly not to follow through. I'm not opposed to that. Our own people moving in, and then, everybody's gonna hate everybody for a generation or 12. But eventually, it's not gonna just, stew, like an Israeli-Palestinian, maybe not. Colonization is expensive, and right now it's unnecessary, General Venus Farnsworth booms around the room. But we shouldn't let them get away with hurting our boys over there. I don't know how y'all are feeling about this campaign, but it's beginning to get on my back teeth, and I'm getting sick and tired of these damned insurgents upsetting our every plan. We should just find them and kill them. And if you can't find them, kill anyone remotely connected to them. That'll teach them. Yeah, got some barbecue back on the grill. You want to fry some up, crack a few? Yeah. Who cares about Brazilistan, really? Your national security advisor claims, exasperatedly throwing a pen across the desk. I don't. It's causing us far too much trouble. More than it's worth, actually. And it's going to bankrupt us if we continue. And that's before we even think about colonization. And even if we back out now, in a few years they'll retaliate once they've built up their strength. Let's nip this in the bud. Nuke them. On second thought, this guy's talking some sense. I think I like what he's saying. Nuke them. The sun never sets. On the PawnTuckian Empire, I accept your challenge to colonize, Brazilistan. NationStates.net is not sure about it, though. Colonizer-in-chief has become leader's new moniker. National pride on the rise. Economic growth exceeds forecast. Assault figures punch through historical lows. PawnTuckians living longer, working harder. Website falling apart as internet fails desperately. I am the Ronin Pawn! And welcome back to NationStates. Look at all that green. I'm just in a field of green, baby. Not even talking about bud. Chapstick. Chapstick is what I do. That's all. Pawn out.